In the dim glow of her laptop, Sarah, in her late 20s, is casually dressed and absorbed in Tinder. Her fingers dance across the trackpad, a smile hinting at amusement as David's profile appears. The first message from David flashes onto the screen, his wit immediately captivating her attention. Hope flickers in Sarah's eyes as she crafts a reply, anticipation building with each word she types. Weeks later, Sarah is in her cozy apartment, illuminated by a warm table lamp. She's engaged in a video call, her gaze locked onto the laptop screen, where David's screen remains stubbornly dark. David's voice echoes, "Bad lighting. Sorry." Sarah smiles softly, leaning forward slightly, her fingers playfully toying with a strand of hair. She laughs, a genuine, bright sound that fills the room, clearly enjoying David's company. Despite the darkness on his end, an undeniable bond forms between them. In the dimly lit restaurant, Sarah sits alone, dressed in elegant attire, her eyes searching the entrance with growing anticipation. Impatience flickers across Sarah's face as she steals a glance at her phone, a silent question hanging in the air. 30 minutes pass, an eternity in the quiet restaurant, as David remains conspicuously absent. A message flashes on her phone. "Looking lovely tonight." A chill runs down her spine as Sarah glances around, a sudden feeling of exposure washing over her. Sarah stumbles into her dimly lit apartment, every step echoing the turmoil within. Her hands shake violently as she unlocks her phone, her thumb hovering over David's profile, ready to expose him. But David's profile is gone, vanished into the digital ether. Suddenly, a new message pops up from an unknown account. "Disappointed?" Sarah gasps, her eyes wide with terror. Days later, Sarah's apartment has become a prison of her own mind, every shadow whispering threats. Her laptop camera, now taped over, stands as a silent testament to her violated privacy. Each ping of her phone is a fresh stab of fear as unnerving messages flood in, each a fragment of her life turned against her. "I need to report a serious case of online harassment. Someone is sending me threatening messages and has pictures from inside my apartment." Sarah pleads frantically into the phone, her voice trembling. "But they know things about me, things they shouldn't, and the pictures. This is more than just harassment." Sarah's desperation escalates as the officer's dismissive words echo in her ears. In the dead of night, Sarah writhes in her bed, sleep offering no escape from her fears. Paranoia grips her as she repeatedly checks the locks on windows and doors, her anxiety escalating with each creak and shadow. A faint, unsettling noise pierces the silence, jolting Sarah with terror. Heart pounding, she rises and clutches a kitchen knife, her only defense against the unseen threat. Cautiously, Sarah approaches the window, peering through the blinds, her breath held in anticipation of the unknown. In the dim solitude of her apartment, Sarah is consumed by the laptop's glow, her face illuminated by its cold light. She frantically searches, each click echoing in the silence, seeking a trace of David in the digital expanse. The screen remains blank, mirroring the growing void in her heart, as the digital search yields nothing. A chilling question pierces the silence. What if David isn't real? She whispers into the night, her voice laced with fear and loneliness. What if he's just a figment of my imagination, a manifestation of my loneliness and fear? In the dim light of her apartment, Anna's eyes reflect a haunting truth. A lingering question hangs in the air. Was David ever truly gone? Anna's voice cuts through the silence, a chilling revelation. "You know, I've always been right here." The apartment fades into shadow, leaving only Anna and the weight of her words. The camera focuses intently on Anna's face, capturing a moment of profound ambiguity. The door swings open, revealing Sarah's apartment. Art adorns the walls, bathed in gentle light. Alex steps inside, enveloped by the warmth of the space. Sarah greets him with a radiant smile. "Welcome. Come in. I have some wine. Would you like a glass?" "That sounds perfect, thank you," Alex responds, his eyes reflecting genuine appreciation. Sarah's eyes sparkle with curiosity as she asks, "So, tell me, what have you been watching lately? Anything interesting?" Alex grins, his voice filled with excitement. "Actually, I just saw this amazing indie film. It reminded me of something you would like. And what about music? Discovered anything new?" In the soft glow of the screen, Alex leans back, a subtle grimace betraying his discomfort. He dismisses the unease, attributing it to the wine as Sarah hovers nearby. Unseen by Alex, Sarah pours another generous glass, her expression unreadable. Sarah's eyes reflect a strange, unsettling glint as she watches Alex. Alex catches Sarah's distant demeanor, a subtle shift that hints at hidden depths. The screen illuminates Sarah's face, revealing a strange, enigmatic glint in her eyes. Alex approaches the door with purpose, ready to leave. His escape is thwarted as his hand meets an unyielding obstacle. The door remains locked. Frustration mounts as Alex jiggles the handle, confusion clouding his features. Unlock the door, Sarah. Sarah stands silently in the hallway, blocking his path, her eyes glazed over. Alex's attempt to call for a taxi is met with digital silence as the screen displays no signal. Sarah stands motionless, her eyes glazed over as she utters in a chilling monotone. "You're ready now." Her voice echoes ominously. The harvest begins. Alex stumbles backward, clutching his head as disorientation overwhelms him. A faint red light blinks rhythmically from the smoke detector, revealing a hidden camera. Panic floods Alex as he frantically searches the apartment, uncovering hidden cameras behind picture frames and inside a teddy bear. Alex pushes past the heavy bookshelf, revealing a hidden room. The room pulsates with grainy footage from hidden cameras, each monitor a window into past horrors. The faces of Sarah's previous guests are etched with distress, their silent screams echoing in the sterile air. Strange artifacts and ritualistic objects are neatly arranged, silent witnesses to unspeakable acts. The air is cold and sterile, a chilling contrast to the deceptive warmth of Sarah's apartment. Sarah enters the hidden room, a strange device clutched tightly in her hand. Her movements become robotic and unnatural as she approaches Alex, who is in visible distress. Weakened by the drug, Alex attempts to fend her off, his movements clumsy and futile. Sarah touches Alex with the device, initiating an agonizing transformation. A jolt of pain and disorientation shoots through Alex. In the depths of the chamber, Alex lies helpless, bound to the stone table, a spectacle for unseen eyes. Hooded figures chant in shadows, their voices a dark harmony filling the incense-laden air. The scent of incense mixes with a metallic tang as the live-streaming camera captures Alex's escalating terror. Sarah stands over Alex, her eyes burning with dark purpose in the dim light. Sarah raises the ceremonial knife, its blade reflecting the chamber's sinister intent. As the chanting intensifies, the cult prepares to descend Alex into unspeakable horror. In the ritual chamber, the cultists' chant intensifies, a prelude to horror. Alex's body begins to contort grotesquely, his screams echoing through the chamber, signaling the start of a horrifying metamorphosis. His eyes roll back into his head, and an unearthly light spills from his mouth, his very soul being ripped away. The livestream abruptly cuts, leaving the audience in stunned, horrified silence. Sarah's face is a mask of emotionless resolve, her focus already shifting to the next unsuspecting victim. She prepares for the next date, the cycle of horror set to begin anew. In the dim apartment, Sarah's face glows under the laptop screen as she casually swipes through profiles. Her thumb freezes mid-swipe. Something catches her eye. Her eyes widen in disbelief. A profile stares back at her identical in every way. A chill runs down her spine as a growing unease grips her. "What the?" she whispers, her voice barely audible. In the dim light of her apartment, Sarah sits hunched over her laptop, her brow furrowed in intense concentration. The laptop screen casts an eerie glow on her face as she navigates endless help menus, her frustration mounting with each fruitless click. A knot of anxiety tightens in the observer's chest as Sarah struggles to report the fake Tinder profile. Suddenly, a chilling message flashes on the screen. "Having trouble, Sarah?" Sarah freezes, her eyes widening in disbelief as she stares at the screen. The observer watches helplessly as Sarah's world begins to unravel. Sunlight floods the busy coffee shop as Sarah and Emily sit opposite each other, the weight of unspoken tension heavy in the air. Sarah reveals the fake profile, displaying a string of messages, each word a calculated strike. Emily's skepticism slowly dissolves into a chilling concern as her brow furrows, realizing the gravity of the situation. Emily's eyes dart up to Sarah, now filled with a chilling mix of fear and distrust. In the dead of night, Sarah frantically attacks her keyboard, each click a desperate attempt to erase her existence. The laptop's glow casts her face in a haunting light, revealing the terror gripping her heart. A chilling message flashes onto the screen, its words a ghostly whisper in the digital void. The lights flicker ominously. Shadows dance across the room, mirroring her inner turmoil. A voice echoes from the screen. "You can't escape, Sarah. I am you now." Sarah walks down the busy street, unaware of the shadows lengthening behind her in the morning sun. An unsettling atmosphere descends as Sarah catches strange, knowing glances from passers-by. Whispers follow her. That awful message she sent. I can't believe she would say that. The weight of realization crashes down as Sarah understands the imposter's cruel game. A storm of anger and fear grips her, threatening to consume her. The apartment is consumed by a deep darkness, only pierced by the faint glow of moonlight. A sudden noise breaks the silence, causing Sarah to spin around, her eyes wide with fear. She turns back to the mirror, sees her reflection, but it remains still, unmoving. A chilling, predatory grin spreads across the reflection's face as it whispers, "Hello, Sarah." Under the harsh, fluorescent lights of the police station, Sarah sits across from the detective, her frustration mounting. The detective leans back, unmoved by Sarah's pleas, the cluttered desk a barrier between them. "There's not much we can do, Miss Walker. It's just someone catfishing you." A wave of despair washes over Sarah as she realizes no one believes her. In the dimly lit apartment, Sarah confronts her doppelganger, an exact image of herself. "Who are you?" Sarah demands, her voice tight with apprehension. The imposter mirrors her stance, replying coolly, "I am you, Sarah. Or rather, I am who everyone thinks you are." The tension hangs heavy, the silence amplifying Sarah's rising fear as she stares at the imposter. The imposter stares back, a chilling smile playing on their lips. Darkness descends, swallowing the scene as the screen fades to black. Sarah stands hesitantly outside the coffee shop, her fingers betraying her nervousness as she scrolls through her phone. Hope dances across Sarah's face as she rereads her Tinder conversation with Ben. Ben arrives, his smile mirroring Sarah's anticipation, and the air crackles with an unspoken connection. Their shared passion ignites an effortless conversation, revealing a seemingly perfect match. Inside the bustling coffee shop, Sarah and Ben sit face to face, their voices hushed as they lean in closer. Sarah's laughter fills the air, bright and genuine. Yet a shadow of unease quickly darkens her radiant expression. Ben watches her, his gaze intense. His eagerness seems too perfect. A subtle tension hangs between them, masked by the casual setting and the aroma of coffee. The unspoken undercurrent hints at something amiss. In the soft, flickering candlelight of the restaurant, Sarah offers a polite smile, yet her eyes hint at growing unease. Ben's voice, initially smooth, hardens with an unsettling edge, casting a pall over the intimate setting. Ben begins, "I had the most peculiar dream about you last night, Sarah. You were standing on a cliff, the wind whipping through your hair." His unsettling narrative continues. "And then, there was that passage from your journal. The moon hangs heavy, a silent judge. Quite evocative, wouldn't you say?" Amid the restaurant's cacophony, Sarah faces Ben, her unspoken suspicions hanging heavy in the air. Her voice, barely a whisper above the din, betrays a mix of fear and disbelief as Sarah questions, "How do you know these things? This isn't normal." Ben leans back, a glint of amusement dancing in his eyes as he counters with a disarming reply. "You swiped right first. I was just invited in." Ben's words hang in the air, a chilling echo in the crowded room. Sarah bursts from the restaurant, her face contorted in frantic terror. Her trembling hands fumble with her phone, an urgent call slipping through her grasp. The city's neon lights glare down, amplifying her growing sense of vulnerability. A chilling sensation grips her, turning every shadow into a lurking threat. Sarah enters her apartment cautiously, her gaze sweeping across every corner. The click of the lock echoes in the tense silence as Sarah secures the door, yet a sense of dread lingers. A noise from the bedroom sends Sarah's heart pounding, the silence amplifying her fear. Once her sanctuary, the apartment now feels like a trap, the walls closing in around Sarah. In the dim light, the familiar space warps into something sinister, every shadow a potential threat. Sarah cautiously pushes open the bedroom door, a sense of foreboding filling the air. Ben sits calmly on the bed, immersed in Sarah's journal, his eyes gleaming unnaturally in the dim light. He looks up, his gaze piercing through the shadows with an unsettling intensity. A chilling declaration echoes through the room. "I've been waiting for you." Sarah retreats into the solitude of her apartment, surrounded by echoes of a life that feels increasingly alien. Lost in thought, Sarah stares blankly at her phone, Ben's Tinder profile glowing eerily on the screen. A whisper escapes her lips, a haunting question that shatters the silence. Was any of it real? Did I ever have a choice? The camera focuses on Sarah's face, capturing a storm of fear, confusion, and a dawning, horrifying truth. Her eyes reflect the chilling prospect that her life, her choices, might be nothing more than lines in a script. The horrifying realization dawns on her that her life may have been scripted all along. In the dimly lit apartment, shadows dance as I navigate the endless stream of faces on the dating app. A blurry photo stops me. Jessica. A wave of unsettling familiarity washes over me. Hesitation flickers, but I swipe right. The app buzzes, signaling an instant match. The screen illuminates with a new message. A chilling invitation. A ghostly voice echoes, "Meet me where it all ended." Sunlight floods Angel's apartment as he pores over his phone, lost in a labyrinth of online research. He uncovers articles detailing a fatal car crash from a year ago, the details chillingly familiar. A photo loads, revealing a mangled vehicle amidst shattered glass, a horrifying match to Jessica's blurry profile image. His fingers hover over the unmatch button, a decision hanging in the balance. As he taps, the app freezes, the phone screen erupting in violent flickers that distort the image, hinting at something sinister. Angel drives along a desolate highway, the air thick with moisture, heading toward the crash site. A dense fog rolls in, obscuring the surroundings and casting an eerie pall over the highway. He spots a faint figure standing silently by the side of the road, a beacon in the mist. As he gets closer, recognition dawns on Angel's face. The figure is Jessica. Jessica stands silently, her face obscured by shadows cast by the fog and dim moonlight. She gestures silently, pointing deeper into the ominous woods. Angel wakes with a strangled scream, sweat plastering his hair to his forehead. His phone vibrates violently, displaying glitched images of Jessica. Desperate, he swipes at the screen, trying to delete the app, but the phone remains unresponsive. He catches his reflection in the mirror, and a chilling realization dawns. His eyes appear hollow, haunted, reflecting a darkness that wasn't there before. The darkness within him deepens. Fragmented memories flicker. Angel lies motionless in a hospital bed, his face hidden beneath layers of bandages. Doctors whisper, their voices hushed with awe at his miraculous survival. A fleeting, distorted image. A woman trapped in the other car, her face marred by blood and the stillness of death. Echoes of the crash linger, a haunting reminder of a life hanging precariously in the balance. In Angel's apartment, technological chaos reigns as lights flicker and the television blares static, setting a stage of unease. Faint whispers crawl through the apartment, intensifying the sense of unseen presence. Jessica's reflection haunts every surface, a constant reminder of an inescapable presence. An eerie transformation begins as Angel's skin grows cold and pale. The apartment transforms into a chilling tableau of technological and physical decay, hinting at impending doom. Angel finds Jessica waiting at the desolate crash site, where shadows stretch long under the cold moonlight. Jessica extends her hand, a silent invitation into the unknown. The ground trembles violently beneath their feet, a prelude to cosmic chaos. Before them, reality tears open, revealing a swirling vortex of sickly green. Angel is violently thrust into a realm where reality itself splinters and frays, the very air thick with dread and uncertainty. Time shatters into countless fragments, swirling around him like shards of broken glass, each reflecting a distorted memory. The laws of physics buckle and break, contorting the world into a grotesque parody of itself. Ghostly figures flicker in and out of existence, trapped in an endless loop of a horrific car crash, their screams echoing through the void. Jessica appears before him, her serene smile masking an eerie, otherworldly light burning in her eyes. With a chilling whisper, Jessica extends an invitation to eternal torment. Welcome home, Angel. Here, death is just the beginning.